Hello, choice viewers. I feel blessed to be here with you once again on V.A.R Sports on Studio 2 TV. How are you doing? As always, I'm your host, Grandmaster. And today, I will take you straight to the English Premier League fixtures, bring you down to Germany, Italy, France, then I land you safely into Italy. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back just after this commercial break. I hear say boys really they bleed but I know my fault. If I give them betting tips, they know they listen. So then I make my mind, so I don't give anybody betting tips again. But let's go straight into the English Premier League fixtures for the weekend. Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Brentford at home to Crystal Palace. Brighton and Hove Albion versus Fulham. Chelsea the Blues versus Southampton, Mohamed Salih's Southampton and Kamaldeen Suleiman's Southampton. Everton versus Leeds United. Nottingham Forest versus Manchester City. The day I use Nottingham Forest versus Manchester City. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Bournemouth. Newcastle versus Liverpool. Manchester United, the boys on the rise, versus Leicester City, Daniel Amate's Leicester City. Tottenham Hotspurs versus West Ham United. Tottenham Hotspurs versus West Ham United is how I end the EPL fixtures for the weekend. Straight to the La Liga fixtures. Real Sociedad versus Celta Vigo. Real Betis versus Real Valladolid. Mallorca versus Villarreal. Osasuna against Real Madrid. Elche versus Espanyol. Real Vallecano versus Sevilla. Atletico de Madrid versus Atletico Bilbao. Inaki Williams Bilbao. Barcelona against Cadiz. Getafe against Valencia is how I end the Spanish fixtures for the weekend. Let me take you straight to the Italian Serie A. Sampdoria versus Bologna. Monza against AC Milan. Inter versus Udinese. Atlanta versus Lecce. Fiorentina against Empoli. Salernitana versus Lazio. Spezia against Juventus. Roma versus Hellas Verona. Torino against Cremonese. Afeneggian's Cremonese is how I end the Italian fixtures for the weekend. So make I take you straight into the German Bundesliga fixtures for the weekend. VfL Bochum versus Freiburg. Borussia Mönchengladbach against Bayern München. VfB Stuttgart versus Cologne. Wolfsburg against IB Leipzig. Frankfurt versus Werder Bremen. Union Berlin, my team, the team of the moment, against Schalke 04. Borussia Dortmund versus Hertha Berlin. Bayern 04 Leverkusen. Bayern 04 Leverkusen. Callum Hudson's always Bayern 04 Leverkusen will be in action against Mainz. That's all I have for you on the German Bundesliga fixtures for the weekend. Make I take you straight to the French Ligue 1 fixtures for the weekend. Nice versus Reims. Strasbourg, Alexander Djikou Strasbourg against Angers. PSG versus Lille. Brest versus Monaco. Brest versus Monaco. My favorite team in France. Brest versus Monaco. Rennes against Ajaccio. Rennes versus Clermont-Foot. Troyes will be in action against Montpellier. Lens versus Nantes. Toulouse, the team always losing. Toulouse will be in action against Marseille. Toulouse versus Marseille is how I end my French Ligue 1 fixtures for the weekend. Now make I take you come home to the Ghana Premier League. Accra Lions versus Kotoku Royal. My Eastern Region brothers, Kotoku Royals, will travel away to Accra Lions. So Tramai FC versus Asante Kotoko. Krobia Asante Kotoko. Ukuma Pema Apembeba. Bechem United versus Oli Dade, Oli Gbogbo, Oli Tampico, Oli Nkonso, Accra Great Olympics. Dreams FC versus BBNE Gold Stars. Accra Hearts of Folk, the Rainbow Boys, Phobia, will be in action against Adriana Stars. Kim Pfizer, Alaji Gunses Kim Pfizer versus Brekum Chelsea, the boys from Brekum. Samatex versus Real Tamale United. Tamale City versus Karela United is our and the Ghana Premier League fixtures for the weekend. Make I take you around the world, give you some sporting tidbits where it happened. The global battle to buy Manchester United as the D-Day arrives for takeover of office. Who are the possible bidders for the Premier League giants? And what would they get for the bid of £6 billion? So this will be the final day. Today happens to be the final day for the takeover from the Glazer family for the Manchester United team. So the bidders across the world, we hear some names, we hear some rich British family members, we hear some Qatarians, we then have some estates and some they own some sporting entities to get interest in Manchester United. But they hear say the owners from PSG to want to add the Manchester United franchise to the PSG team. But then, who then will release the team give is the question for the gods. So I'll stick and stay with that information. Then, if I get more news concerning this, I will hook you up. Mourinho massively ripped into him. He was in tears. John Obi Mikel reveals how Mohamed Salah crumbled under ex-boss at Chelsea chief in a halftime dressing down and says none of his teammates foresaw his transformation to Liverpool glory. So, John Mikel Obi, they make some revelation over the past few days. Then they talk, say, Eden Hazard some time ago, if you remember correctly, Eden Hazard be one of the most laziest players for Chelsea training ground. But then, if you jump on the pitch, you give Eden Hazard the ball, immediately he start to perform magic. So then all the teammates, they wonder how Hazard they do it, because Hazard, they overeat more than all the players. As the players all finish their food, you go say, Hazard come, they eat again. They understand. Hazard know they gain weight, but they like training. But the moment you put Hazard on the playing pitch, he performs wonders. It bring another revealing news. He say, some time ago, as they played the match, during the halftime dressing room moment, Jose Mourinho single out Mohamed Salah way. He tell him in mind. So then he make the boy in spirit come down. At a point in time, then Salah they cry. So them all they believe say, Charlie, this guy, really rich up there, be professional. But then we know that what he happened as he leave Chelsea go Liverpool, he turned into superstar. As he leave Chelsea go Liverpool, he turned into world-class player. So Mikel Obi is sharing this information with the world. United were really good tonight. They looked a proper team now. Paul Scholes hails Eric Ten Hag's side after their trailing 2-2 draw with Barcelona. As Owen Hargreaves says, they are the real deal. Eric Ten Hag, the former Ajax manager, he come Manchester United. People they underrate him. People they talk say no, you don't know what they do. They buy this, they buy that. They buy players where you really want. Why for go splash 80 million for Anthony for Ajax? Maybe you won't make money give Ajax, or people they talk speculations they talk. But as it stands now, Man United are unplayable. They have a fantastic side. We see as they travel away to Barcelona. We know how Barcelona they perform for home. But Manchester United seized their moment and they got a 2-2 away draw. So as it stands now, they have some away goals in the bucket where they go take travel come Old Trafford in the coming weeks. What it will pop up from that too, I go take that information, hit you up. But during the match yesterday, something happened. Barcelona star Raphinha rages after being substituted against Manchester United as he punches a seat in the dugout several times before Jordi Alba intervenes, with former Leeds man having netted the equalizer. So then we see as the match they go on, around the 86th minute, the coach say, no, Raphinha, you tired. You score one goal, come sit down, make somebody come play. Raphinha vex. Raphinha say, coach, what did they do? Coach, I know they understand you. Why did they do this? Why did they do that? So then, we hear say, a lot of things went into that very action way. It's not as it looked. But Xavi come talk something. Xavi say, I see and understand Raphinha's anger. I was also angry. I make the changes thinking about the team and not to point fingers at anyone. Raphinha has apologized to me, but he didn't have to. I see it as a positive that everyone wants to play. This be professional coach, they talk. This be coach, they understand the game. Be some kind coaches where then there's some countries where something will happen, then they go single out the player. Nah, they no single them out. The coach say, what the player do, they understand. Hunger day the player in belly inside. This be player where won't sit down, won't fight for the team. He won't fight for the badge they play for, you understand? So as the media people they talk say Raphinha vex, Raphinha they bring negative energy to the camp. The coach say no. As in they watch, they see say no, this be player where he won't play for the Barcelona badge. This be player where you want substitute himself, you don't want sit down. You want enjoy the match, you understand? So it means the player be patriotic to the Barcelona cause. If they understand the Barcelona game, that be why you don't want sit down. So make the media men stop, they bring some kind problem into the team. If they like what Raphinha do, even though the supporting action, from another perspective, they see I'm saying Raphinha won't fight for the Barcelona team. So if you be media man where you want twist and turn this news, this be what Xavi they won't make you understand. Chelsea star Marc Cucurella's new home was burgled shortly after joining the club from Brighton, which has contributed to his tough time on the pitch and has struggled for form since his £62 million arrival last summer. So people, they watch the Cucurella in transition from Brighton to Chelsea. Me, personally, as a Chelsea man, I was disappointed because the best player from Brighton last season, we go acquire him with this lot of money, we take him come Chelsea, then he underperform. People know they understand. People say, no, Kukurea, when you do on the pitch, they look like your mind know they the pitch top. What did happen? This no be why Chelsea bring this plenty money can buy you. Well, you say you be surplus to requirements because then it be Benchua in left back position. But because Benchua go injury, we say, oh no, make we can bring some backup. That's why we bring you. People were thinking you would fight for the position and even make it your own before Benchua recover from injury. As it stands now, Benchua come back from injury self. It they look like they take over in position again. Mark Kukurea, I check like people from another standpoint, them judge you wrongly. Because information recently we see, from Brighton to Chelsea, some people come your money in house where they can rob them. Yeah, you go town, you come back home. In house or kwata, nothing there. So make we take time if we criticize Mark Kukurea, because if you think about in possessions and things them can't take, none of them shishino. As a man of the house, you know the house where people go fit enter your house like this. You go the wonder say, Charlie, sometimes if my family did there, what will happen? Trust me, a man who is not safe or sound-minded, it no be man where he go feel concentrate and do anything better. I understand what he is going through. So from this standpoint, I think he can be pardoned. We should go easy on him when we criticize him because we don't know what he go on for in home. Sometimes we have to remember that these footballers are humans too. The things we go through in daily life, them too they go through as footballers. So sometimes the critics, yes, it's okay. We are in Ghana. Even in Ghana, everybody be coach. So just throw your eyes outside to the footballing world, the people who really understand the game and how it flow. Make we just pardon them sometimes. It's been a very lovely day and a lovely journey with you on the V.A.R Sports. As always, my name has always been Grandmaster. And I couldn't have done this without my crew. Big Deal, Zeke behind the camera, Abi Babo at the MCR. I cherish you all. I pray you have a wonderful weekend and you do enjoy yourself. Remember, like I always tell you, it's just a bad day, not a bad life. Take good care of yourself and stay blessed.
Studios 2 TV. The truth is here in your eyes.